What's up everyone, this is Chef K and welcome back to another video here at the Love and Comfort Plate. Today I'm going to make some taco seasoning. Taco seasoning I love to make because it's real quick and easy when you want to throw it in a recipe. You can make fajitas with it. You can make some creative things with more than just tacos. So I have a bowl here. I have some seasonings. I'll tell you as I go along and the measurements that I'm using. And I also have a container and a little printer right here that works with your cell phone. You can actually get this printer off of Temu for about $1.99. Sometimes if you order other things, or $4.99. But on Amazon it's retailing at about 50 bucks. So you use it with an app on your phone, and as you can see here, I've already put Chef K's taco seasoning because I like to label things. This is something that I make all the time, and so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Simple and easy. So what I have here is some chili powder, some dark chili powder. Okay, and I'm gonna take do a couple of tablespoons of this. Okay. Y'all, a lot of times I don't measure, but you can start out with a couple of tablespoons with the chili powder. If I want a kick of heat in it, I will put some cayenne pepper, and I'll use about a teaspoon of that because cayenne pepper can be a little hot. Okay, so I used dark chili powder. I also use some red pepper flakes, just like chili flakes. Okay, and so for that I normally use like a quarter teaspoon or something like that, and I put those in there. I also use onion powder, and you can use the people that you use. And I'm not trying to pre-dip, but these are things that I make spices with all the time, so I'm gonna use about a tablespoon of that. Garlic, I like the flavor of garlic, so I'm gonna do about a tablespoon and a half of garlic powder. Okay, all right, this is the star of this recipe if you ask me. You know there's always a star in my recipe, but along with that dark chili powder, cumin. Yeah, that right there. So I'm a little bit more generous to that. You see, I did 2 tablespoons of the dark chili powder, but I'm gonna do about 2.5 with this right here, or maybe 3. All depends on how I'm feeling. I'm also gonna use some black pepper here. So I'm gonna use about a half a tablespoon of black pepper. And if I wanted to add in a kick, like I said, I'll put that cayenne in. What I love to do is mince garlic. Some people, I know I have garlic powder in there, but I love garlic, but I could about a quarter tablespoon of that. And I also put onion flakes in it. You can do whatever you want. Another little portion I put in here, another let's just say it's supporting actor. I use coriander. Okay, not too heavy on this though. Use some coriander. And I like to use oregano. Okay, I like to use some oregano. Also, what's a recipe without salt? Salt brings flavor, but before I do that, I want to incorporate some cornstarch. Okay, so I'm going to use about 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Okay. The reason why I use cornstarch, you know, sometimes when you get taco seasoning, if you just use, I learned over the years, if you just use just the seasonings, you know, these were ground. You know, they grind these up, but you know, some seasonings, even though they're ground, they're still kind of gritty, just because of how they were made, how God made them. So I mix all of this in, and I'm going to add my salt next. It smells so good. Okay, if you want more chili powder and less coriander, you can do that. Okay, it's really, really good. If you want more red pepper flakes or chili flakes, you can do that as well. You can do what you want, but I'll tell you, this smells good. It's absolutely delicious. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put in my salt. Now, most people season their meat and stuff, so I don't put a lot of salt in here. But what I will do for this whole mix, I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons. I know it seems like a lot to some of you, but trust me, it's not. So, if I had my mini whisk, which I can't locate right now, I would have done this and whisked it with a little mini whisk just to make sure it's fully incorporated, because you know salt tends to sit on other things. So I wish I had smell-o-vision and you all could smell. Again, some people love more chili powder, so that's why you see the more redder tones to taco seasoning. I like more cumin. Okay, and I also make taco soup with this. You can make lasagna soup with it. I know you're thinking tacos and making a lasagna soup. Trust me, I think you can use seasonings for whatever you want. It depends on the flavor palette that you have and what it is that you're striving for. So make sure you experiment with seasonings and spices. And then what we're gonna do, make sure you incorporate, I kind of mash a little bit. If I had my whisk, I would have whisked through this. And make sure you get a big enough bowl, because I could have used a bigger bowl for this, but I've been doing this for a long time, and so it smells so delicious. I'm gonna let somebody in my camp smell this. Can you just smell it just by sitting there? You're staring at it. Yeah, I'm getting the head nods. And then what you want to do with this is you want to go ahead on and have a clean container. These can be purchased off of Amazon or any container packing store, and you want to go ahead and tap down as you go. Go ahead and put that on in there. Tap down as you go. And I would keep stirring just to incorporate your salt. And again, the reason why I added that layer of cornstarch is because sometimes the seasoning, when you just do the seasoning, it tends to sit on top of the meat. And you want to mix the salt in so it won't just sit in different places. But that cornstarch makes it not like a gravy, but I normally take 1.5 tablespoons or 2 tablespoons of this when I put it in a pound of meat, and I add in water. Okay, I add in like a 3/4 cups of water to simmer with the meat, whether you're doing chicken, beef, turkey. You know, I tend to do that. So tap this down. You want to tap that down really good. Continue to mix. Tap it down like that. Okay, and you want to store this in a cool, dry place. So we want to get all of that goodness on in there. That's why we're tapping it down. Okay. And as you all can see, I've been doing this for a little while now. So I have just the perfect amount to give myself a nice 8-ounce jar of this. It comes out to be that this is an 8-ounce jar, but y'all know weight is different. You can say it's an 8-ounce jar, but you can really have 4 ounces. It depends on the weight of whatever it is. But I use the 8-ounce jars that I get, and I get these off of Amazon. Now the good thing for the freshness, if you're gifting this to someone, I'm gonna set this to the side. If you're gifting this to someone and you're giving it to them, look at that, I have a full bottle. You see that? A full bottle of Chef K's taco seasoning. You see all of those goodness, herbs and spices. There's always gonna be some goodness here on this channel. Y'all see that? Now what I have here is a lid, and the lid comes with a foam seal. So what you do is you wanna tighten that up like that. And what happens is when you turn back and you tighten again, if you're gifting this to someone, voila, it's sealed. Okay, make sure if you want to wipe down the sides of it because of anything on your hands, make sure your hands are clean, you know, always when you're starting preparing things. And this little handy dandy label comes in handy because it works with my cell phone. So I charge this, it comes with a charger. I think it's a USB-C. It works here. You can charge this. It comes with its own charger. And what I do is it's an app on the phone that it comes with. It'll tell you when you purchase. And when I do that, I pull up the app, and simply in the app, you have to connect it via Bluetooth. It says Chef K's taco seasoning. So it's all ready to go. It's already connected from Bluetooth. And I just hit print. And you can look here and see it prints. It already has something of the blade in here so that it's perforated. And so you just go ahead on and just go and tear it off. And you peel it back You want to take this, there are lines on each side, and you take it and you can center it in between the lines. And you just go ahead and you can eye measure, or you want to get a measuring spoon, you can do what you do. That might be a little crooked. There you go. It's ready for your cabinets. And you can use that up to a year, but guess what? It won't last that long. Well, that's it for that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace and blessings.